Hi there, it's Christine, and today I have a faith-based card set to share with you. These are using supplies from SRM Stickers, including some stamps from their Bible journaling sets and a gold paint pen, which they just recently released. I am starting things off by adding a border using stamps to each of my pieces of white cardstock. These pieces are going to go on an A2 card, and so I cut them all down to be a 1/2 inch smaller, both in width and height, than a A2 card. So 3 3/4 by 5 for the size. And I add a border, and then I'm taking my gold paint pen and I am just drawing lines to create a messy, funky cross there in the middle. I love how this turned out. I felt like it looked like I had done brush strokes, dry brush strokes with a paintbrush, but I used the paint pen instead. And technically the paint pen is actually for calligraphy, but yeah, I'm using it for this instead. The paint pen will work though on things other than paper. It works on like glossy things like glass and plastic and a variety of things, just like any paint pen you would expect it to. Of course, this one has that awesome metallic gold look to it. So here I'm adding another border. So I'm doing each of my cards with a different border, but with the same cross in the middle. And then I'm going to have a different word for each one. So a little bit of variety, but not a change to the overall design. So I don't have to overthink things too much. I wanted to have just a nice set that I could use easily in this season of Lent and Easter that was practical but didn't take me hours to put together either. You know how that goes. Sometimes we tend to think we have to have a totally different design for each one, and in this case I decided that was not what I was going to be going for. So I'm using just a variety of border stamps that all come in the different Bible journaling stamp collections. Most of her stamp collections have some kind of a stamp that you can use for a border that works nicely with your Bible journaling. So now I am going to add words. The first one I'm adding rejoice, which is just perfect for this season. And as you can see, I'm offsetting them a little bit, slanting them right on the middle of the cross there. Second one I'm adding love. And then my last one I'm going to add blessed. And these are all different fonts from different sets. Some of them are from, well, actually they're all from big word stamp sets, and that's why they're a little bit bigger. So those stamp sets come with 4 big words and then a couple of borders. So you definitely want to check those out if you like the size of that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a background to this white part. I am using some gold glitter cardstock, and this actually comes from Coordinations. It's a few years old, so I'm not sure if they even carry it or make it anymore, but if they do, I will definitely link you to it. That is a nice paper simply because the glitter is locked into it somehow. I don't know how they did it, but it was brilliant because then the glitter is not going everywhere. And that is a total win in my book. And obviously the gold glitter, I wanted it to match that gold paint pen. So that was a perfect pick for me. I was glad I still had it around. And then I'm also going to add it to a patterned paper background, just to bring in another interest level to the card. I think it was okay, but it was lacking a little something. I think this striped background paper really adds something special and makes it pop a little more. That paper actually is from Teresa Collins. It's also from an older collection, but I don't think black and white diagonal stripes are too terribly difficult to find in pattern papers these days. So I'm sure if you dig through your stash, you've probably got something like it or very similar. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this heart stamp, and I'm just going to add some little hearts in 2 of the corners. Again, I felt like it was fine, but I wanted to add a little something more. Not go overboard, still keeping it pretty clean and simple, but just a little something extra. And so that's what I'm doing here. This stamp again comes from SRM Stickers, and I'm doing a little masking so I can not have it go in places that I don't want it to go. But that is basically it. 3 cards, very similar, but all have a little bit of a different saying to them, and therefore can be used for different purposes in the next few months. Thank you so much for visiting today. Be sure to check out the Bible journaling stamps at SRM Stickers, and we'll see you next time.